everyone. Welcome to the Pace Studio in New York City. Good afternoon, evening-ish. We're really lucky today to have Elliot Moss in the studio. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, we got Evan and Devin behind you. Tell us a little bit about the first song you're going to play.
Well, we've been playing this one for a while, but it did actually just come out on Boomerang, which is my new record. And we've been starting pretty much every set with it for the last couple of years, so it's good to finally have people recognizing it when we play shows. So yeah, it's called Closed Loop.
Excellent. Whenever you're ready.
I can't tell you what it told me.
sounds awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
So I was wondering if you could talk to me a little bit about your process. What's happening right now is a bit unusual for us here in the studio, even though for anyone tuning in right now, it probably sounds amazing. What we have right here, though, is like very mild tapping, and it looks like you're like air playing piano. So how do you go about translating, kind of what you write in your room? I presume, I'm imagining here, or wherever you write, on your keyboard, on a computer, that electronic-based music into something live?
Well, I mean, the first step is sort of creating the sounds in the first place. And I mean, this on the record is a synth called a Prophet, but I'm doing it as a Rhodes just to sort of mix it up a little bit, since this is kind of a stripped down acoustic version of our set. The reason that we don't make a whole lot of noise in the room is because these are pretty much all electronic instruments here. And live, I mean, Devin's sort of half electric, half acoustic kit. And, I have a guitar, which makes noise on stage. But, we just happen to end up with all the ones that don't make any noise in here. And so speakers are very important. Yes. But yeah, I mean, the reason being is because, in the Nord here, I can load all of these sounds that I spent all this time making on various other funny modular synthesizers and, polysynths that I don't necessarily want to bring on the road because they're very fragile and old and they'll break. Devin's doing the same thing where he has sounds from all sorts of different vintage drum machines, but just in his Roland pad there that we can back up to a USB stick. So, if anything terrible happens on an airline, we're safe.
Dude, that's too real. That's really interesting. I mean, how did you get into that kind of like programming element in music in the first place?
I mean, I just think the way that I ended up making music lent itself towards using this type of gear. I mean, a lot of people say that, you need to be able to play a song out on an acoustic guitar and test it that way and hear if it's really a song or if it's about the production. And so I still do that. But live, I think being somewhere in between that and how the record sounds is what works for us, because people go there to hear something that sounds sort of like the record, but maybe something new on top of that. So, it's a funny thing, like electronic music, because it's always evolving, and it feels like as soon as we've sort of run out of what can be accomplished in a genre, there's suddenly a new genre out of nowhere that takes root. So that alone is really inspiring, and getting to play with all those noises as they come up is really cool. I'm really inspired by like Chicago house and older electronic music, like Boards of Canada or Aphex Twin, who sort of are the granddaddies of sound design. So
totally. Well, tell us about the next song you're going to play.
This one's called Without the Lights. I had my friend Philip Chabib do a beautiful, amazing dance to this. Sort of asked him to just make a video and trusted that he would do something wonderful with it, which he absolutely did. With Erica Klein is his partner in the video, who just absolutely killed it as well. So
someone will link to that in the comments right now.
Sure, yeah. I mean, just getting to see them, take it into their own hands and make something special out of it it makes the song so much more special to me, because they've echoed the meaning 100 times stronger than it was. So yeah, it's called Without the Lights. Found her in the woods. That girl never stood a chance after that dark dance with the waves. She waltzed away into the sea. Baby, take me with you, please. I don't know what I do if you leave. Whoa, 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 whoa. Watch if you leave. Oh, 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 oh. If you leave. Oh, 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 oh. If you leave, reach up your hand and pull me down, down, pull me down, down. Down, pull me down. We found her in the woods. Thank you.
So both of these songs that you've played are on your new EP, Boomerang, right?
Right. Yep.
Do you want to tell us a little bit more about the record? Other than it came out in April and it's lovely so far.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I wrote most of Boomerang on the road, touring on high speeds. And so in doing so, I didn't have access to my usual tools and studio. So I had to sort of use a different process, which was starting with lyrics and actually getting them finished before I even approached the music at all. And so in its process, I guess it was sort of, for me, like scoring almost, because I had these pictures and colors and palettes that I knew I wanted to draw from, as opposed to sort of looking at this blank Pro Tools session and, trying to make something great first thing in the morning, that there was an outline there for me. So just, that alone was a huge difference for me, because I needed to change the way I worked. And now this, newer stuff I've been writing is another way. So getting to sort of explore different workflows is something that was cool. The record sort of takes on this path of being removed from reality and your experience as a human being, and sort of becoming more acclimated with your surroundings, I guess, as you're, if something in your life has changed so much at once that you can't process it all. It's sort of a journey from that isolation to coming to terms with it and living with it.
That makes a lot of sense. Well, what's the last song you're going to play for us today?
The last song is Slip, which is from the last record, High Speeds. I won't dance around in your smoke and flicker out. You're not the light I used to know. I don't believe in safety nets. Strong below, they make it alright to let go. You gotta hold on, or it's gonna slip, slip, slip through your slip, slip, slip through your hands. Oh, it's gonna slip, slip, slip through your slip, slip, slip through your hands. Oh, it's gonna slip, slip, slip through your slip, slip, slip through your hands. Oh, what's the matter? You don't have enough rain to make up your stuff. What you look so sad for? Whoa. And where's the light I used to know? Whoa, it's gonna slip, slip, slip through your slip, slip, slip through your hands. Oh, it's gonna slip, slip, slip through your slip, slip, slip through your hands. Where's that light I used to know? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where's that light I used to know? Whoa, where's that light I used to know? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where's that light I used to know? Slip, slip, slip through your hands. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's gonna slip, slip, slip through your slip, slip, slip through your hands. Oh, it's gonna slip, slip, slip through your slip, slip, slip through your hands. It's gonna slip, slip, slip through your slip, slip, slip through your hands. Thank you.
So you're based here in New York, is that right?
I am, yep.
Are you from here originally?
From New York, yep.
Oh, okay, awesome. Do you have any dates coming up locally that we can promo for these good folks?
About to. Not quite yet, but
Okay.
very soon, yeah.
So everyone tuning in, stay tuned to Elliot's Facebook page. those dates will hopefully be announced soon. Boomerang out now. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
It sounded great.